Taking a break is essential when traveling a long distance. Resting and refueling and recharging to face the journey ahead is really important. Think about that when you hear the travels of this tiny bird.
In order to fuel that flight, they have to feed like mad, and they have to increase their body weight, sometimes by as much as doubling it.
We found this piping plover feasting on tiny sandworms, insects, and small marine creatures along the shore of Rich Inlet near Wilmington. Think of North Carolina as a kind of rest stop for the piping plover. You'll understand why it needs a rest stop.
Things really get going in the fall and over the winter time when we have our migrating and wintering birds show up. And those birds nested further to the north, as far north as Canada, and are now coming south for the winter. During migration, though, we'll have flocks constantly coming through. They'll stop over for a few days to a few weeks, refuel, fatten up again, and then continue their journey south.
And it's quite a journey. The piping plover flies thousands of miles in 1 year. It flies from the Bahamas to Canada in the spring to nest. It then retraces the journey to winter in the Bahamas in the fall. And because the North Carolina coast features the sandy habitat the birds love, the state is kind of a rest stop. Actually, some birds live along the North Carolina coast year-round. It's at the far end of the birds' winter and summer ranges. But for the most part, piping plovers think of North Carolina as an exit on the Atlantic Flyway.
The reason that birds like inlets, like Rich Inlet, is that they provide all those habitats, good foraging habitats, good roosting habitats, all in one relatively small area. So they don't have to fly very far in order to eat and in order to rest. And if you're a little bird that needs to fly 3,000 miles from point A to point B, and you need to fuel up in between, you don't want to waste a lot of energy flying back and forth.
Most of the nesting pairs of piping plovers in the state are found on the national seashores, Cape Hatteras and Cape Lookout. There are a few found in Rich Inlet, but for piping plovers, think of this more as an exit on the highway. There are birds who live at the exit, but for piping plovers, this is simply a rest stop.
There's pipers. Hear them?
We know so much about piping plovers because biologists have banded the birds in their wintering grounds in the Bahamas. The color on the band is unique to each bird. So, birds first banded in the Bahamas can then be tracked at every stop along the journey. That's important because there are only about 8,000 piping plovers left in the world. The Atlantic coast population, which is seen in North Carolina, makes up about half that number.
Piping plovers are federally listed as a threatened species. They're a species that sort of hangs on along the coast. It depends on beaches, it depends on inlets and other coastal habitats. It depends on some of the same habitats that people like. The habitats that these birds depend on are threatened.
And there's a new thinking on how to save species that are in trouble.
Historically, what we did with these birds was focus on breeding. If you just produce lots and lots of chicks, then everything's going to be great. What we know now from population modeling is that the time that these birds spend away from their breeding areas and the habitat quality that they find at those areas is just as important as how many chicks they raise. So we have to think about the full life cycle of these birds and their full annual cycle. And they have to have high quality habitats at these stopover sites. They have to have high quality wintering habitats. So protecting places in the Bahamas that are important where these birds winter is just as important as protecting breeding sites and the migration stopovers. And when we put all that together, you have a comprehensive full life cycle conservation program for this species.